Okay. Here we
Alright.
go. We're in the closet.
Yes, we are.
And we are ready to podcast.
Sorry.
Wow. You okay over there?
I broke something. Broke this little tripod thing.
Broke that tripod.
Broke that tripod. My fingers smell weird.
That's weird.
Smell my fingers.
That's
Wait, what are
creepy.
they?
This is getting creepy really, really quick.
No, really, what is that smell?
I don't smell anything.
Smell.
I don't smell anything.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's my...
It's inside your nose.
They stink and it won't go away. I've washed my hands multiple times and it's just like it's there. It smells like, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like vitamins.
Vitamins.
It's like a vitamin smell.
Vitamin smells are weird.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, sorry. Way off, well, it's not off topic because we're not even talking about anything yet.
No, we don't have a topic. We're just kind of doing our thing here
We are.
in the closet.
Yep. Sure are. Hey, you know what?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Chicken butt. What are you doing? Just fiddling with that thing?
I am. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I have like, I have to do something with my hands all the time. Do you ever notice that about me?
Yeah, I do.
I have to be fidgeting with something.
Yeah, you do.
If you
have
ever
to fidget.
notice that. I can't help it. I'm a fidgeter.
You are a fidgeter. Fidgeting
So
machine.
anyway, I'm fidgeting with this tripod and I kind of broke it a little bit, but it's okay.
The old tripod.
The old tripod. You're going to put your phone down
I know.
and focus
I
because
know.
you're all wrapped up in your stupid fantasy
It's
football.
not
as
stupid. It's coming
per
down to the
usual.
wire, and my whole team's falling apart in the last
Well,
week.
you know what? I don't know what to tell you about that. We've already talked about it. We're not talking about it again.
Okay.
I have this
I would
here
be
tripod
gladly
in my hands and I will hurt you with it.
Okay. That
All right.
sounds fun.
Okay.
And the week starts tomorrow.
Do we have to talk about how the weekend's over?
The weekend is over. Almost. We still have tonight.
Did we even go anywhere?
No, we had the house. We did the house thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we did.
We did the house thing. It was fun.
We watched the fight with Jordan and Leah.
We did. It was a great fight.
It was stupid. No,
it was
here's
a
the thing.
great fight.
It was not what was great about it. There was no outcome.
Well,
There was zero outcome. It was a tie. Like there's some little toddler boys like, oh, nobody won. That's bullshit.
You're right. It did. That sucks. That's what
Spoiler
sucks.
alert if you didn't watch it.
That's what sucks about freaking boxing is they've got these freaking judges that have never fought. They're sitting over there. They're judging on a card, and they're too soft to just say somebody won. You got to give the edge to somebody.
I don't know if it's that or if it's just fixed.
It could be that as well.
It's fixed. One way or the other, unless there's a knockout. And you know what? I think that the boxers are even involved. Like, don't do a knockout.
No, I don't think
I
that's
do.
true. I think that's a little crazy.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I think it's true. I think it's all a big racket. I like watching it. It's not that, but I just when you have two boxers that are undefeated and they go up against each other.
Well, it is kind of fixed because guess
You
what?
want to see somebody finally lose, and you want to see someone go on to victory.
Well, the thing is with this fight, boxing needs a push, and they're two undefeated fighters, and normally that would be a big draw, okay? But they haven't been getting as much hype lately. So what would get them more hype for a fight? If it got two undefeated guys that came to a draw in the first fight, and then they have to have a rematch.
That's what I'm saying. It's all
So
fixed.
now there's going to be more money involved getting the rematch going. I
So
know.
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. But I didn't know anything about either boxer. Literally, I knew nothing about... I didn't even know that there was a boxing match on until you said they were coming over to watch the fights. I'm assuming it's UFC because they're UFC people. And next thing I know,
Yeah,
I'm
we did
watching
watch
full
some
on...
UFC
I
too.
know, but I'm watching full on boxing. And I didn't know anything about either of them. And I learned quickly that I'm not a Tyson Fury fan. Now, I know he has some backstory you say I don't know. But I'm saying I'm going on what I saw
Right.
in the ring. I don't like his boxing style. He's hard to look at.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to
He's a giant.
if I want to see some guys bouncing around in a square box, hitting each other and hugging each other occasionally, I don't want to see the jiggles. And he has nasty nipples.
I didn't really look at his nipples.
I always look at guys' nipples.
You do?
If they have their shirts off.
You like hone in on the nipples?
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know why they fascinate me.
Huh. It's very strange.
Anyway,
Good to know after all these years.
I
never ever would have suspected you for even looking at nipples. Now I'm going to walk around with the nipples covered.
I already know what your nipples look like. I have them memorized in my mind. But I'm not giving Tyson Fury a fair run because I don't know his backstory. I don't know anything about him. But I'm just saying, going on the fight alone, I didn't like his style. He looked weird. I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle it. And I'm very, very, very disappointed that it went to 12 rounds. And at the end of the 12 rounds, there was no knockouts. Even though he knocked Tyson Fury down a couple of times, to me, that's close enough. He wins.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury got up and rallied, and he won the next
did,
2 rounds
he did,
after that.
he did.
So I mean, it was
So-
like here's what Teddy Atlas, who is a famous boxing commentator and trainer, he's been around forever. Here's what he says on the topic, and I don't know if my phone's going to be loud enough.
How are you going to read it without your glasses on?
Hold on.
Couple more seconds. Just
Here it
what
is.
did we see here? How does this happen? Look, I could take 10 years, and it's been years and years. It's the same garbage, the same trash. I have no choice. I've been in this business 40 years of my life. Where am I going to go? I got nowhere to go. But if I did, I'd get the hell out of it. I'd get the hell out of it.
Oh.
I'm sick and tired of watching these fighters that put everything on the line. They get in the ring, they come out of the ring with less of themselves physically than they had when they went in. And this gets done to them by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life.
Ooh.
I'm sick of it.
Now him I like.
4 seconds, just
Now him I like.
He
It's
always
true.
gets fired up and goes on rants.
Well, it's true.
It's
I mean,
great,
it's not
and most
right.
guys are scared to say something, but Teddy Atlas is not.
Teddy's he
he's
got my
awesome.
gold star for the day.
So he said what you said,
Yeah.
right?
Except he spit a lot more saying it than
He
I
did spit a lot more.
But,
He was very passionate.
And I like that. It's true. Somebody should go away with the title. I'm sorry. You fight until someone gets knocked out. Period.
Agreed. Let's just
Period.
fight all night until somebody gets knocked. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can. Why?
Did you steal my glasses?
No, but you don't have your...
You stole my glasses.
No, these are mine. What did you do with your glasses? Brendan, you haven't even had a drink yet.
You stole my glasses.
I didn't steal your glasses.
Oh, well.
They were on your lap.
Well, I never know about you. Sometimes you do stupid stuff like that.
They were
and
right
mess
on
with
your
me.
lap. Anyway, you can box until someone gets knocked out, no matter how many rounds it goes, because eventually somebody's going to tire out. And somebody's going to land a punch.
Yeah,
to
but
knock them out. You can absolutely do it.
I guess.
That's the only fair way. It's not fair any other way. Because you're going to get people who are biased, who are being paid off by mobsters. They're getting paid off. These judges, there doesn't need to be a judge. Referees, we don't need you to judge. We'll let us be the judge. Who gets knocked out? That's who
gets-
wins.
Well, what you're describing is UFC, basically. Well, no, they come,
No.
they do their rounds and then they
There needs to be no boxing judges. No boxing judges. There needs to be refs and medics and coaches
This isn't rough and rowdy. It's a sport.
and ring girls.
Listen, it's a sport. Yes, ring girls, definitely. I'm all about that.
But-
But this is a sport. There is a skill to it. There is a scoring system. There's jabs and there's uppercuts and there's like a whole system to this sport.
Okay, well, let me tell you this then. Why do we need multiple judges? Maybe there's just a judge. Just like in a jury, there's not multiple judges when you go to court. And they're like, oh, well, this judge says you're guilty, and this judge says you're guilty, and this judge says you're not guilty. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, what? There should be one judge.
Well, here's another thing about the judges. They should have to sit in different spots. Like, they shouldn't all be sitting at the same table where they can collude or they can freaking talk about the fight. They should have one sitting on one side, like if you have 4 judges, they have to be sitting on all sides of the ring, and
I
they
don't-
can't communicate. They
I
score
like that
it.
idea.
They score it because if you don't know what they're scoring, you can't.
Don't they look on each other's things?
That's what I'm saying. They're right beside each other. They're talking the whole fight.
But I mean, but here's
Doing,
the thing.
Tyson won that
I
round.
still think there should be one judge, and here's how I think it should go too. I like that idea. If there has to be multiple judges, put them on all 4 sides of the ring, and they can't communicate with each other. I like that, but I still think there should be one judge, and if there is not a knockout, then you're not going to know who wins till the next day. Because he's going to go home and there's going to be cameras at different angles of the ring, and he's going to go home and watch from every angle, and this judge is going to get paid a lot because it's going to take a lot of time, and he's going to analyze from every angle of the camera. There's no cheating allowed, and he can score it. One score, one judge, meet back the next day, just like they do like a pre-weigh-in. If there's not a knockout, oh, we get to come back tomorrow night. So then you're opening up the venue again because people want to see who wins, and you're making more money. And then the judge will come out and say who he scored, and then he might have a target on his back.
Exactly.
After that.
Yeah.
But these judges seem to have targets on their back because, whoo, I mean, people are mad. I'm mad, and I'm not even a boxing fan, so to speak.
Yeah. It's frustrating to
But
have
anyway,
a draw.
it's
was
very
to have a
frustrating.
draw.
I don't think in any sporting event, even football, there should be a tie. Someone's got to freaking win.
Yeah, no ties.
Then no.
I'm not a fan of ties.
There's no ties. No.
No.
The only
Only
the
with
only
suits.
time there could be a tie is if you're timing something, like somebody's running a race and they literally tie on the time. Literally. Other than that, you can't have a tie. Sorry.
I'm not going to argue on that one. I hate ties.
I'm passionate about that. But anyway,
I don't understand why it's a thing.
I don't
but,
either. And then we watched UFC for a while, and I mean, I like watching that, and it was okay, but
Yeah, UFC's fun.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun, a lot of skill.
those people take a beating.
They do, man. That's
Jeez, it
and
makes
after
me
like
hurt.
when you see all the research and the things they found out about concussions now, like
Yeah,
the effect it has on you. I mean, they're seeing now like almost everybody that has problems, that these guys coming out of the NFL, that they kill themselves or they die. Older guys, younger, they all have CTE. Like
Yeah.
when they do the, what is it, why am I can't think today. What is it you do after
today, just today.
You'll watch it. No, when you
Post-traumatic stress
no.
syndrome?
When they cut you open, they see what you died from. What's that called?
Autopsy?
Autopsy.
Autopsy. Is it autopsy?
Autopsy.
Or autopsy?
What's
Autopsy?
wrong with us?
I think it's autopsy.
I think it was too late of a night last night. Is what I think.
Woo! It was definitely a late night for you. I was
Yeah,
heading
it
to
was.
the spine,
It
but
was rough, man.
an autopsy.
So they're finding out, all these guys have CTE, right?
What's CTE?
CTE is the damage. I don't know the definition exactly, but it's the damage to your brain caused by concussions and things
Oh.
like that. And it doesn't take much. I mean, at all.
I had a
to
concussion once.
develop it. Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, you sounded like you didn't even care.
I do care. I'm just messing with you. Let's see. CTE.
I did. I'll tell you the story while you're looking it up. It was back when I was in like the 2nd grade, and I was a tomboy, and I was out riding bikes with my friends on the street,
Mhm.
and most of them were boys. Most of my friends growing up were guys, and they weren't looking, and I popped a wheelie, because you know how when you pull up on your driveway, there's that little bump, just that little bump.
Oh yeah.
Well, when I went up that bump, I pulled back on my handlebars and I did a wheelie, and then I landed it back, and it was awesome, and I thought it was so cool, and I got everybody's attention, and I was going to do it again. However, this time it didn't
You
go
got a little
so
too
well.
too much adrenaline.
I think I went a little too fast on the pop, and I planted face first on the concrete, and that's really all I remember. And I was told by my mom that they dragged me through the grass and they brought me up to the front door and kind of just left me there. Like, not left me there, but like knocked on the door, got my mom. My mom's a nurse. And she opened the door, and this is the part I remember. She started screaming. Like something was wrong. Like, I didn't know what happened. Like, she's standing there screaming at me like, oh my gosh, we gotta get to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. I had a big old knot on my head like a unicorn. And I'm sure if there were phones back then where you could take pictures, there would be plenty of
Oh,
pictures.
plenty
But
of
what was she gonna
pictures.
do? Go get it? Hold on, let me go get our Polaroid. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like, I would have loved to have seen a picture. Long story short, I had a concussion. I had to stay up for like 24 hours. Like I couldn't go to sleep or something like that. But anyway, what's CTE? That was my story.
CTE. Well, do you want to read it?
Sure.
There's some hard words
I
in
can't
there.
say that word. Chronic traumatic encephalogy. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's a progressive degenerative disease of the brain found in people with a history of repetitive brain trauma, often athletes, including symptomatic concussions as well as asymptomatic subconcussive hits to the head that do not cause symptoms. So you could be hit and you're not going to have symptoms.
That's what they're saying.
Ooh.
They're saying that like kids that play football, like that take hits, they don't show the signs, but they develop these things, and they have depression that comes from it. You have people that develop CTE. They say they get very aggressive, like I mean, O.J. Simpson probably has CTE. They go a little sideways.
It says that it can appear 8 to 10 years after the athlete experiences a repetitive brain injury, injuries. First stage symptoms include attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, as well as confusion, disorientation, dizziness, and headaches. Well, that's a lot of things, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, anyway, I won't go on about this, but that's interesting. I didn't know about this. Maybe I have that from that concussion. Maybe that's why I can't remember anything.
Nah, you don't.
I'm serious,
you have multiple
Runyon.
concussions, and they took care of it. I don't think that's it, unless you hit your head more than.
I've only hit my head hard once, but
it's kind of crazy.
That was pretty hard.
It's important not to get hit in the head. I mean, like I told you when I listened to the Dale Earnhardt Jr. deal, he had all these concussions from driving that car. Sometimes from a wreck, but sometimes just from as much as it shakes.
Right.
And just beats you up in that car. And it got so bad for him that he'd have to go get fixed. Like he couldn't walk. He'd get him so bad where he'd have to hold on to things to get to his kitchen or to get from room to room because his balance was gone. So he had to go to a doctor, and the doctor would fix him. Like he would give him all these exercises. A lot of them were like eye exercises, stuff like that, and balance exercises, different things like for your. And he said he'd have to do them, and it'd fix them, but you still don't know what the long-term effect's going to be.
That's craziness. I don't know. I'm glad none of our kids play football or box or wrestle or do any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I would think probably wrestling wouldn't be as bad.
No, but you get those weird ears in wrestling.
The cauliflower ears or whatever.
That's some crazy
They get their ears. Yeah, it is crazy.
Anyway, I don't know, but
It's nuts.
That's my thoughts on boxing, scoring.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts is hogwash.
Well, we're fixing boxing tonight. I think we've come up with some good alternatives.
I think we have some good solutions, and we'll see what we can do about fixing it permanently.
Yes. I think that's the problem. Is people's pockets are lined. It's a very crooked sport.
Yep.
It's a very dirty sport.
Do you think that boxing's the number one betting sport? Or do you think it's football?
No.
What do you think the number one sport that people bet on?
I would say
not like race, like not like.
I would say football for sure.
You think football?
Yeah. If
Why?
you're excluding like horse racing and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
not horses.
I would say football because boxing draws a lot of people. I think tons of people bet on boxing and UFC actually, but the thing is, I don't know. UFC might bring a lot because they have fights all the time. Boxing doesn't. Boxing isn't as well known. People aren't watching it as much. It's just big fights which rarely come along.
You're right.
Nowadays with boxing, there's no more Tyson and Riddick Bowe and freaking Evander Holyfield out there.
Yeah.
And so it's struggling. Plus the UFC's taken over. So people bet a lot on that. Now, I think football though, there is such a broad range of fans and spectators that get in and can be like, that's the only thing they bet on.
I've never bet monetarily, but I still have an ongoing bet.
You do?
On football, actually.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
The Bengals lost today, so I'm not in a good position right now. I just need the Steelers to lose.
That's all.
That's all. If the Steelers win, I'm in trouble. But anyway, I've never monetarily bet. I'm not a betting person. I don't have good luck. I think betting, a lot of it's on. It's kind of
There's
luck. I
always
know there's
luck.
odds and all that stuff. I don't get all that. But I'm just saying, I don't think I would be good at it because I don't have a good sense of what is it? What I'm trying to say. What do you have to have a sense of if you're betting? Like a good. Wouldn't know what I was betting on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, you have to understand
There's like
how it
a
works.
strategy behind it.
There is. Yeah, I used
Right?
to bet on sports all the time.
Yeah.
And I probably will more every once in a while when we get the casino open, the sports betting open. But I never spent a lot of money doing it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
Yeah.
I was putting down a bunch of money, and I'm not an addictive personality guy, but I had a bookie back in the day, and I would put bets with him, but then he got out of it, and you had to do it online, and I'm like, I don't want to do it online. That's
Yeah.
too much work. It was more fun just with buddies be like, oh, let's bet. You bet $22 to win 20. You bet $55 to win 50, you know? That way they get their cut. The bookie does.
Oh.
The house does. So
I don't
they
know,
get
I
their
just-
$5.
I think I would go on just which team was the best, and I don't think that's such good strategy.
Well, no, because they handicap the games. They
Yeah,
give
I
them a
can't
line.
get into all.
So
I don't get it. Like I was.
if like
They have to win by a spread. There's a spread.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
it evens it out. It says, okay, this team usually is this much better, so they're usually a touchdown better. So it's a 7-point spread. It's much more complicated than that. There's experts in Vegas, and it's insane when you bet basketball.
Mm-hmm.
How often they'll put it's a 3-point swing, like your team has to win by more than 3 to win.
Yeah.
The bet, if you take, like if Duke's a 10-point favorite and you take Duke because they're really good this year and they're going to beat them by 10, they can't just beat them by 10 or it's just a wash. It's just a tie. And
Yeah.
you lose on ties. You don't get your money back. So you lose so you have to win by 11.
But the thing is, honestly, maybe I'm a skeptic. I've been called that by someone in this closet. But I think that the refs play a big part in that.
I don't know.
I do. I think they do. Yes, I do.
That is something that's happened in the past, and they've got busted. and
I
there's
think that it
referees in
happens
jail.
way more than you think, Runyon. I
do-
think they can make calls to control it to some
Oh,
point.
they can.
That's what I'm
Oh,
trying
they
to
can,
say, and they're
yeah.
in on it because they have
Yeah.
big money. Yes, I bet you, guarantee you. You want to bet?
I want to bet. Well, I think in some cases, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not saying every single game. I'm just saying they're out there. Just like there's crooked cops, there's crooked refs that are out there trying to make money and they're doing things. I promise
Absolutely,
you.
yeah.
That's why there's like ludicrous calls sometimes where like literally everybody's like, wait, what? And I'm sure they do subtle calls too, like just little subtle things that they can get away with because they're good at it. That's what they do.
Well, one thing I noticed is too when you see a team like a team that's the game's getting out of control. Like sometimes in the NBA finals, I
Hang on
see
a-
this
Come in.
happen.
Hi, Nate.
What's up, man?
What do you need now?
Girlfriend.
In just a minute. I'll
We're
be right
almost
out,
done,
okay?
buddy.
I'll be right out. Okay.
Shut those doors, buddy. Shut them. Thank you.
It's always good to see Nate.
It is always good to see Nate.
Um,
I was saying something.
It was about the refs and how they
Yes,
can make subtle calls.
right. I was in the middle of talking.
Oh, I thought you needed reminded of what you were saying.
No.
I thought you were trying to
I was
remember.
getting ready to start talking.
Oh,
to
I'm
you.
sorry.
No, it's fine. Basically, something I've seen, and I don't think it has to do with the betting line. I think it has to do with maybe TV ratings or making the series look good.
okay.
Like so people keep watching because the more games you have, like it's a 7-game series.
No, yeah, I get that.
Well, a team's up 3-0.
Right.
Okay, they're getting ready to sweep them. Well,
Right.
I mean, it's better for the venue. It's better for the refs. It's
Yeah,
better for
everybody gets paid
if
more.
it goes 7.
I see that.
So all of a sudden, you see a team. They mess up the flow of the team. Like they mess up the momentum. You know what I mean? Like they make
Mm-hmm.
these little calls that they normally wouldn't make to really trip up the team that's kind of got a good groove going.
And that's another thing I don't agree with is series. In basketball and in baseball, why can't we do it like football? Football, you have one freaking game. If you don't win that game, you're not the champion. There's none of this, oh, it's the best 4 out of 7. What is it? 4 out of 7?
But it is.
It's no,
It
it's
is the
not.
most. listen, yes, it is the most realistic way and the most
it's not.
precise way to say they are the champion. The two best teams met, and the team that won the most won. Otherwise, you're looking at a lucky game.
No,
Game,
you're not. You get
lucky.
one chance. You get one chance, just like in football. Football don't have series. They don't have a series.
Right, and that's a lot of the
Does
criticism.
hockey?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Well,
Baseball, basketball, everything but football.
exactly. Football does it right.
And that's the problem.
Except you can get ties in football. Can you tie in basketball?
No.
Switch.
No, they'll play all night long. Just like baseball.
Yeah.
They'll play all night long.
I don't think there should be a series. There should be one game because then it prevents that from happening. It prevents somebody else controlling it.
Yeah, but that's not.
You've got one chance. Just like we have one chance.
But
one
to
chance.
have a real. But then you don't. I mean, you have a team lose on something stupid.
Like what? Sucking that day?
No, they're the two best teams.
Okay. Yeah, one team's better than the other, and you have one chance to prove it. One
Right.
chance to prove it. Who's better? Let's go right now.
I say you got.
And then you know what? No, I don't. I think
gotta
I
have
think
a
you drag
series.
it out, and it's for money. And I
Well, it's
guarantee
for our
you it's for money.
entertainment, too. I
It's
love
for
it.
money. Well, yeah, it's for our
And
entertainment.
it makes it more exciting. It's like you got to win this game.
See,
to stay
no, I
in it.
don't. I feel like it's more exciting. Like this is it. This is like the Super Bowl is exciting. Like it's especially if it's your team I
But
like.
you're going
in
to get
it.
that regardless because it's going to come down to a last game regardless. So
But you shouldn't have all these shit. You've got one chance. Everything's on the line on this one game. You've got to do it. You have to.
right, but we want to know who the absolute champion is. We don't want because
You
some
do.
guy that never. We don't want because freaking some guy that averages 3 points a game has the night of his life
That's just
and has
sorry.
50
He
and you win. And
No,
that's never happened
no.
before.
Sorry, I disagree.
Well,
I disagree. I will have to agree to disagree on this.
Yes, we can disagree.
Football has it right. Everybody else has it wrong. You
No.
should not. Yes.
No,
This is
football
stupid.
just can't do it
Now tell me why.
because it's too.
What?
There's the
What?
games and it's just too hard for them to do series.
Now tell
'Cause
me
they
why.
They have to rest. They can't do but baseball, basketball, hockey. They play back-to-back nights.
Okay.
They
Football
play every
players
day.
can play
Football
back-to-back nights.
No, they can't. They need time to rest after beating the crap out of each other, right?
No.
When a football team.
No, they don't. They
ever
practice
play-
every day. They go out and
Yeah,
practice
they don't
every
really
day.
practice. They don't hit.
Runyon, they don't hit in practice.
Not when the season gets going. Not like
Well,
not
probably
full
not, but-
speed. No.
I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. You're just pulling at strings now, and you're not going to change my
Pulling at
mind.
strings. I'm supporting
Okay, well then let's
the way
do this.
it is.
Then let's just really drag things out.
It's like
Let's just-
rock paper
let's just
scissors.
do- let's
What if we just do
do-
rock paper scissors once?
I agree. I think we should. I mean, we can do it right now
No, I don't want to ever do it.
because you're scared.
I'm not scared. I just don't choose to lose.
Because you know I win all the time.
Right.
Anyway,
It's a game.
you can really drag football out like this. Let's just have one game a week for 7 freaking weeks. Then we'll see who the winner is. We'll have a game every Sunday.
No.
Best 3 out of what would it be? 3 out of how do you do that?
You do 7 games. The
But
first
how
one
could
to
you
win
could you
4.
do 5?
Yeah, they do that. Like I
Like
think the NBA,
two-
the
what is
first
it, 3 out of
series used to
5?
be best out of 5 to
3
start.
out of 5.
It's 3 out of 5.
5 weeks. 5 weeks starting in December, going through the new year in January. That's when the football season is going to be over for me. I'm making this up. I got all sorts of ideas today. Okay, so
Oh my god.
every Sunday, the 2 top teams are going to play each other. And the best, what is it again? 3 out of 5?
Sure.
You win 3 times and you're the champion.
Or just 2 out of 3 since it's football. Whatever.
No. If you're going to do this, you got to make it this big long thing like you just said. To make it fair.
Yeah, but that's not. That's,
No, I'm sorry.
Right,
It's
not
all
for
bullcrap.
football.
You should have one championship game in basketball, one
You do in March Madness.
World Series. Yes, just like
Every
March Madness.
game you win or
There's
you're
a
out.
tournament. It's
Right.
I hate March Madness,
Oh,
but anyway,
I love March
basketball is
Madness.
not my favorite. But anyway, I get that. It's a tournament. I
Right.
like that. That
Right.
that makes total
That's
sense.
how the
to
NFL
me.
does it. Yeah.
That NFL knows what they're doing. I've said this before. That makes sense to me. And then you have a champion. You have a national championship. You have the Sweet Six. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see the
Oh,
Sweet
boy, here we
16.
go.
I'm gonna do it right. I'm not gonna do it the way I think it should be. The Sweet 16. That's when it really starts, right?
I mean, it starts with 64.
Okay,
Then it
but
goes
I
to
mean, like, it
32,
really gets
and the
heated.
Sweet
16, and then it goes to the Elite 8,
Yes.
Final 4,
Yes.
and there's the
Just the
championship
national
game.
championship.
Yeah, even though I think it should be the Great 8 all along.
That sounds really bad.
The Great 8 sounds so much better than the Elite 8.
The Elite 8.
Yes, I think that I need, after
two
I
E's.
call the boxing association to tell them they need
Right.
one judge, I'm going to go ahead and call the NBA, and I'm going to tell, not the NBA, but the
NCAA.
NCAA, and tell them that they need to change it to the Great 8. It just sounds better.
You should do that.
And then I need to
We
tell
fixed
them,
the playoffs for everybody.
Right.
To just no more series.
no more series.
Right.
I need to call the,
Which is huge for baseball. You can't take it away from baseball. That's literally like the whole game is on you like have a pitching rotation
but
and
they,
all this stuff that goes on. It's like all set up. The game is made for a series. Actually, that's all they do all year is series.
that's what I'm saying. That's the way, I was just getting ready to say, I do know enough about baseball to know that. That's the way they do the whole year. So that's just the game. You don't do that in basketball, do you? Tonight, the Heat's playing the
No, you
Pistons.
don't.
Is that, I don't even know if those are teams.
That's good. They're both in the Eastern Conference too.
Did I do good?
Yeah, sure.
But they only play, don't be condescending. Do they only play one game?
Yeah, they'll play. Yeah, you don't play a series until the
So
end of the year.
that's not
for
how
playoffs.
that's not how the greatest team should be picked. But anyway, I don't even know where it's going with this. I'm sorry. It's my opinion on sports.
It's fine.
It means
I'm
nothing.
glad we're sitting here talking about sports.
It stresses me out.
That's great.
All these problems. I'm
Lots
sure
of problems.
there's reasons behind it that just little dumb old me don't even know. Because
Well,
I'm not
and
really a
there's
sports
a lot of
person.
reasons. We're just not going to get into all of them.
No,
tonight.
please don't, because that would bore the snot out of me. You can do that
Yes.
when you podcast by yourself. If you're ever brave enough to do so, you can do that.
Well, guys, we're
I
here.
think-
We're going to talk about the playoffs and why we do series. That'll be great. People will just love it.
It's all for money. Podcast over.
Exactly. Everything's for money. Sports.
Everything is for money.
I think we're done.
All right.
Let's finish this
I
up.
was ranting enough about
You were.
All right.
It was a blast.
Okay, bye.